Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the front.
Hey everyone, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my channel, Foxey Sunrise. So today's pick a card reading is going to be about how can you ground and other things about grounding. So all the timestamps will be down below in the description box, as well as like any other information and more about this pick a card reading. So let's get started. Group number 1 is the Harmony group. Group 2 is the Happiness group. And group 3 is the Change group. Pick as many as you're drawn to, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, group 1, let's talk about grounding. Four of Swords in reverse. Ooh, the Empress. And the Six of Wands in reverse. Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Okay, so with this Harmony card, I'm seeing it as a recalibration of your system. Mental, emotional, physical, ethereal, energetic, what have you. So this is beautiful. So we have the Four of Swords, which I'm seeing this as a meditative internal resting versus an external extroverted resting, and then moving on from resting your mind and your internal realm. And once you move from this step, the Empress appears. The Empress is card number 3, which is a harmonious card, and a creative number as well. So also to combine the Four of Swords and the Empress card, a sort of meditative, creative activity can be a really, really awesome way to reset your system and ground. Some signs associated with the Empress are Libra and Taurus, and it is ruled by Venus. So really indulging in the senses and allowing even your surroundings to be a harmonious place. So I love to burn incense or candles, cook yourself a hearty meal, a meal that is good for you and good to you and tastes great and amazing. So really spoiling yourself and also mothering and nurturing yourself, really interacting with the divine feminine within you and being vulnerable if you need to, and there's a strength in vulnerability, being creative, allowing yourself to also have fun and play. And I was going to say something else. And to take your time with things. Libra and Taurus are known to take their time. Libra with decisions and Taurus with just anything, I guess. Whenever they are ready to make a decision, they want to make sure that it is fair, it is weighed out. And Taurus has a confidence in an earthiness to trust its own instincts and own choices as far as directions in life or whatever else. So really standing in your power as far as your emotional landscapes and the feminine side of who you are, whatever that means. And then comes Six of Wands in reverse. So there may be sort of being down on yourself, possibly feeling like you could be doing more. And again, I want to point you back to the Empress card. The Empress, Venus, if we want to think of Venus, it's magnetic. The Venusian Aphrodite energy just sits at the throne and people come to it. So possibly being in this sort of place where you're wanting to actively pursue things and get this recognition, but the recognition right now needs to come from within, and that's what's very grounding, is to see the work that you're doing, the work that you know you should be doing, or the extra attention that you know you're needing to give yourself, and cheer yourself on for that, even if it's not really portrayed in the physical world as some kind of accolade, award, raise, promotion, or even getting a job. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve this praise and that you're not doing anything. There's a lot of things that you're doing and that are being done in a more passive way, in a more mindful, a more relaxed, and it feels more effortless. You're not having to push, and that's what is grounding for you, is to really sit in that and relax and rest and engage with your internal compass as well. We have Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, move on beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire, and that's what Aphrodite, that's what Venus, that's what the Empress does. She focuses on what she desires, and she knows, look at how she's sitting, she knows she has everything she needs, even if she doesn't have it yet. And so just feeling confident in yourself, again, loving yourself, trusting yourself, most importantly, trusting yourself, and allowing yourself to still enjoy your surroundings and the present moment, even if you're not quite sure of the future. So we have heighten your vitality, number 13, which is a 4. So this adds up in numerology, if you're into that, to the number 4. And 4 is a very grounding, stable number. So inner work, shadow work, journaling, checking in with yourself, exercising, I know I need to do that, are just a couple of ways that you can heighten your vitality. What makes you feel good, rejuvenated, energized, and charged. That's what's important. And sometimes I like to look at the colors that I'm wearing, the colors that I surround myself with, and what colors I don't surround myself with. And also incorporating some of those colors in my foods as well. Green is a very healing color, being outside, things like that. Trust your own understanding, number 5. Be your best self, number 6. So I feel like when you trust your understanding, you will become your best self. And I also feel that you are an intuitive, you are tapped in, but there's a bridge that has to be crossed, and I'm in the process of crossing it, of really choosing a side, whether you're gonna not trust yourself or whether you're gonna fully trust yourself. And it's really hard, and you're not always gonna trust yourself, but really getting to know who you are, the choices that you make, and why. And then with this self-awareness, you can work and move towards a deeper self-trust, and knowing that even if you don't know what's going on, sometimes you'll be kind of pushed and moved towards a book, a show, a vegetable that is needed in your life, and you don't even know why until retrospect. So, and I think everybody can agree to that. In retrospect, you feel much wiser, which really says something, that no one really gets it right every first try, and we don't really know how to get it right until we make a mistake, until we make a decision, until we learn something, until we have an experience that we never would have had we not made a choice, had we not gone forward, made our move, gone with our move. No two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Comparisons are odious because they presume all other things are equal, which is never the case. So this makes me kind of think of the superficiality that Venus can sometimes have, wanting to be liked, wanting to be agreeable, wanting to be everything for everyone, and worrying about what other people think, and keeping up with appearances and things like that, and not really aligning with your authenticity, and dismissing your own thoughts and opinions is, this might sound dramatic, a little abusive sometimes, I've noticed, and it pushes things down and pushes things down and pushes things down until eventually you either don't know who you are, i.e. I've been there, or you, I mean, that's a big one, I can't think of a different one, but just overall feeling frustrated and also resentful for the fact that you're going along with something that you don't agree with, and being pissed at someone for telling you to do whatever it is, or to go to this party, or to do whatever thing it is, and then being mad because you didn't enjoy it when you knew in the back of your mind you didn't want to do that thing. That you know, that voice starts to get quieter the more you become agreeable and just go with what other people are doing. And it's different when you are laid back and you don't have, and what I'm saying is when you're indifferent, genuinely indifferent, versus you not agreeing with something and not speaking up. And there's a lot of things that all of you can say, that any of you will say, that even if it sounds similar to what someone else is saying, there's a flavor that you give it, there's a nuance and something interesting that I guarantee someone has never heard before, and there's no one like you. So at the end of the day, it matters about your harmony, not the external harmony. You don't have to keep the outside harmonious, that's not your job. And being agreeable to a certain extent doesn't even really, it doesn't really help with that. But know that you are, every flower is beautiful. Little flower, you are a flower. Okay, last but not least, make plans. Making exciting plans gets us excited. Making a plan can be as little as going to the cinema or as big as flying overseas for your first backpacking adventure. Why not? So this can be something that you could be looking forward to while you're in this sort of rested state. And this could be really why it is so important for you to ground, and why it also matters the times when you're resting and going back to the, not drawing board, but going back to the lab with your results and making your conclusions and getting things together and really figuring out what you want, what those plans are, and hearing your own voice, because that'll make it a much clearer thought process, so you can actually hear these plans and know that this is something that you want to do, and the people who are into it will stay, and the people who aren't, they're lost. They're probably, going a different way than you are, and that can be scary because you're like, you don't know what's going to change when that happens. But really grounding, aligning yourself with who you feel is authentically you, and getting excited about the things that you like, playing music. There's all kinds of music, your own music, play your own playlist to really ground yourself and allow yourself to reharmonize with who you are. The music that you like, and that something specifically that only you would like, or some music that you probably wouldn't show your friends. I have a few playlists like that, but maybe dancing a little bit too. Okay, group 1, that was your reading. Let me know what stuck out for you. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Group 2, the happiness group. Let's talk about grounding. Lots of fire, oh my goodness. Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands in reverse, Page of Wands, and the Devil. So, allowing your creativity to be expressed and speaking your mind, being a little feisty, pursuing these new creative endeavors, and releasing what no longer is of service to you, what might be distracting you, what's kind of toxic, what's any addictive behaviors, those are being dropped, and it's feeding into grounding in this happiness. And creativity is definitely something to do with that. And so allowing that to be expressed, even if it's in private and it's nothing you shared yet, and being really gentle and patient in this creative process, if you are feeling brand new to it. Divine healing. Hilarion. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Wow. So there may be a recharging, similar to group 1, a recharging and reevaluating or restoring, renewing of your creativity and your inner light. And let me see. Maintain your childlike spirit. So maybe something happened, like a relationship or something that got you down, that you're in the process of releasing, and you're in the healing process, but allowing yourself while you're healing and remembering who you are as the Queen of Wands, because I'm seeing this now as the Queen of Wands is looking within now, and she's not feeling as eager to be so extroverted, and there's still some projects, some ideas that are here. So maintaining your childlike spirit as you're examining what this is, what the devil is for you, what these illusions, distractions, addictions may be for you, and as that starts to shed, and also as you start to build a structure, a sturdier structure, you will be able to really emerge and shine and radiate. Maintain your childlike spirit. There is a lot of fire here, so you may be a Leo, Sag, or an Aries. That sign may be somewhere in your chart, or your main 3 signs, rising, which are rising, sun, and moon. But yeah, I'm really getting this as recharging your light, recalibrating your light through creativity and rediscovering what makes you happy, and speaking, doing inner work with this inner child, building a new structure for this inner child so that you feel safe and grounded enough to be creative and spiritual as well. Page of Wands could be a new spiritual pursuit, and this Page of Wands is going, it's like this Page of Wands is going inside the underworld of itself to spiritually discover what's going on back here. And so I'm seeing the Queen of Wands has become a page again in this transition into life. There's something in between here, but there's a transition, a stepping down of this Queen of Wands, and it could have been a lower expression of the Queen of Wands: jealousy, controlling, domineering, bossy, insecure, needing a lot of attention, or a lack of feeling authority within the self. And so now the Queen of Wands has stepped back from the spotlight, away from people with that extroverted energy, away from her throne, if you will, and now she is starting anew inward and discovering what else needs to be worked at, what else needs attending to, what else needs healing. But also allowing yourself to play, to balance out the inner work that is happening. So inner work is a big thing as far as grounding. Inner work, creativity, specifically the inner child and what it needs, and looking back on your childhood and allowing what gave you the chains, what chains you were given to, what chains you were given. And as an adult, as your parent now, your internal parent, telling that inner child, hey, it's safe now to come out. It's safe. I love what you do. I love what you create. It's safe now to come out and play. Adventure and higher ground. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm seeing this inner work really, it's like a mental adventure, and it's going to be even nourishing than what you had before. So with the adventure card adding up to 3, again, a creative number, a number of balance. So being in your space and observing your world for what it is. Solitude here, I'm seeing some solitude, and that in a way bringing you happiness. Being in nature, be by water, the beach. I didn't even really realize this was a mermaid until just now, and I've had these cards for a couple years. Yeah, some lunar work possibly if you're into that, and really working with these masses, these mountains make me think of ancestors, spirit guides, elementals, if you're into that, of course. But overall, plainly put, getting out into nature, I'm seeing someone walking on the beach, having a really juicy conversation with a friend, a very supportive friend, listening to meditations or music while walking on the beach, spending alone time, and having your own adventures away from other people. With all this Wands energy, I feel like that's something that isn't very likely. Isn't very common of you to do, because fire energy is usually extroverted and loves. They get energy, extroverting, you get energy from being around people, but this is asking that it's time to pull back and rediscover your happiness, and that being the thing that grounds you. So we have 20, adds up to 2 here, and this higher ground is really going to bring you some balance. It's funny because group number 2 was a harmony group, which makes me think of, Venus, Libra, Taurus energy, and finding balance. You may have a Venus in the 12th house, or Taurus and Libra in the 12th house. And it's very important for your subconscious mind to be sorted and examined and organized and tended to, kind of like tidying up your room or cleaning your sheets. In that way, it's a hygiene that really, really grounds you, as well as nature, of course. Buying yourself flowers, I'm seeing that. But really being silly as you're going through this process, this very adult process. Also balance it out with being playful. Redecorate your space. It feels good to be surrounded by things you love and are inspired by. Plants, crystals, art, books, pillows. Changing something up in your room can feel new and refreshing. So I'm seeing this as the Queen of Wands being in reverse, as that spicing things up and changing things up, being a little bit spontaneous and creative and a little bit extravagant, spoiling yourself in that way. And there are little ways to do that, of course. You don't have to go all out if you can't, but that may be your first creative project to figure out how you can do that. Maybe even tidying up or giving things away is a way that you would redecorate your room. Or just redoing your crystal grid, refreshing and recharging your crystals, cleansing your crystals. Cleansing, I see that as redecorating because it brings in a new energy too, so that may resonate with one of y'all. You needn't worry. There's no one in your life who hasn't always loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. That is such a good message. That is such a good message. So I'm seeing like a karmic relationship that was released that was caging you, but possibly you don't realize that it was. And this is so interesting. I'm really getting this from this card, and just knowing that if someone has released you, if this is about a relationship, to really re-examine this relationship and see if there were red flags that may have been missed, and even within you, if there were ways that you acted and you could have done differently, and if there was really enough communication to put yourself at fault, or if it's just this just wasn't meant to be at this moment in time. Things can change, and with it showing up as a double card, if we're talking about a relationship, it was just a distraction. And the double can mean something as little as just this was distracting you. And even if it was a loss that you're not realizing right now, it'll be of benefit to you. Again, I can't remember if I mentioned it in this group or in the first group, but a lot isn't known until we look back in retrospect. And I'm sure anyone can attest to that we don't really know until we go through an experience that we've never been through before. So allow every moment to just be a lesson, and if you're upset right now, allow that to happen, but try not to drown in it, but it deserves to be felt. Okay, group 2, that was your reading. Let me know what you think and how it resonates at the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for the algorithm, and I will see y'all on the next reading. Okay, group 3. How can we ground? Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups in reverse, and 2 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing this as sharing the wealth, sharing your, not necessarily monetary, but sharing your gifts, sharing the abundance of what you can offer to society. So it could be a talent, it could be anything, really. Advice. The 10 of Cups here I'm seeing is really rediscovering what internally fulfills you, finding some emotional stability and emotional and creative romance, if you will, and really figuring out and indulging. I'm seeing this as not figuring out, but indulging in the creative endeavors and and the emotions that you feel in those creative pursuits, in being internally fulfilled, and sharing your gifts, sharing your wealth, sharing your wisdom is a part of this internal 10 of Cups feeling. You have something to share and plenty to give, and a lot to gain and share from this. So this sort of balancing act of, I feel like it's like of your dreams and of what maybe society wants you to do, trying to decide between a passion and something else, or making less money to do your passion versus making more money doing something that you probably don't want to do. Let's see. Magic manifesting cosmic gateway. Wowza. These are both Egyptian deities. So you may be connected to Egypt, the pyramids, to Osiris or Sirius. Very intellectual, very psychic, allowing yourself to move and act toward these things that you want to manifest. If it takes some kind of step forward, taking that step forward. For instance, I want to learn how to make crab meat stuffed mushrooms. Still never really, I've never seen that being made. What I like to do is watch a video on how something is made. I'm more of a visual learner. And some of these things you have to see somebody else doing for your imagination to kind of kick in and allow you to begin to daydream about these things. Because I like to daydream, and if I don't know how something works, it's hard to kind of imagine myself doing it and moving towards that. So using your imagination, your psychic ability to mentally pull this in, and then also taking action towards this. And these things are really close. I don't even want to say that. You're just very powerful. You have the ability to really pull in anything, and it's about really trusting yourself and connecting, writing these things down, engaging with it. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Staying focused, I think that's a big one. To stay grounded. Being focused, but not obsessive. Gratitude and appreciation. That's a good one. I see that as kind of pinpointing where you have manifested when you're showing gratitude and appreciation for something, or catching the synchronicities, making like a synchronicity journal or something like that. Infinite blessings right next to it. So this really allows you to see what's already been rained on you by God, by the Most High. And recognizing those blessings, daydreaming more, going after more. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So you really need to make sure there's a change coming. Keep your dreams alive. Wow, yes. So really pushing through, moving towards the things that you're really passionate about, even if you're not really understanding the change that's occurring internally, around you, behind the scenes, in between realms. There's something happening when you give of yourself, and willingly so, happily so, giving of yourself. And that's really a part of what grounds you and what your purpose is as well, and it really fills you up. I'm also seeing like a teacher in this as well, So even if you don't feel like you're an expert at something, sharing what you know is going to help someone else, and you may have a way of describing something or putting something out or writing a poem or doing these things creatively, or however your modality of expression is, doing these things, keeping these dreams alive, staying grateful and aware of all that you've been given all the time. All the time, being aware of that. On your down days, especially on the down days, it's hard on those days, but it should be a practice until it's who you are, and that allowing more things to show up into your sphere, and believing in your dreams, believing inner child, really hard. What did you want to do when you were a child? What do you want to do now that you feel like maybe a little childish or maybe impractical, but you know that you're passionate about it and you're good at doing that and you would be great at it? Something that just allows that light within you to shine and shake off the drudgery of society and this old ancient world. This is a new world, but it's also been kind of an old world. And so looking back to when everything was vibrant and delicious and oh my gosh, awe-inspiring, and engaging with that part of you, because it never dies and it knows what it wants, it knows what it likes. It has a thirst for knowledge. Every child is so curious. Even the ones that are shy, they're observing and they're engaging energetically and taking things in. All groups obviously got nature, because nature's coming out here, but gardening, hiking, crystals, watching storm clouds blowing on a dandelion, writing, learning basic science. I'm seeing, it looks like the solar system here. I personally have been looking at old History Channel episodes on YouTube and learning things that I either forgot in like elementary school, or I didn't have the attention span to pay attention to before in elementary school that I may have missed. So yeah, keeping your dreams, your ideas, your desires alive with attention, with affection. This little child is blowing a kiss, sending love to all of its inner world, really enjoying it and delving into it and seeing it, engaging with it. Have a refreshing shower and or magical bath. Water is magical. Treat yourself to a nice shower and imagine that the water is washing away all of your worries. If you are having a bath, put a few drops of your favorite essential oil in, or use a bath bomb. That's awesome. Also, drinking more water to ground yourself, to be able to ground these ideas and thoughts into the material. Filling these cups with water, because water is amazing. How much water are you drinking? Has it been a while since you've taken a bath? One of the new moon passed by, and I think the energy from the 8-8 portal is still active. So now there's no better time than now, or really any night, to take a bath. But I'm also seeing an emphasis on drinking water to ground yourself, in case you're kind of in your head or feeling a little anxious and full of energy. This group has big energy, so like kind of like buzzing, like you don't know what to do with it. Drink some water, take a shower, and air dry. Prepare to be astounded. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. Everyone, always, forever. And prepare to be astounded. Oh man, and will you ever become a big time manifester? Again, manifesting. It's like your rise. You're on your rise. You don't even know what's coming. But as long as you stay positive and grateful and aware as this happens, gratitude is astounding. Prepare to continue to be astounded. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. And I'm hearing this send, this word send, as you're kind of here on your path, and you may be alone in this path, but you can still send the people that you may not keep in contact with love, and keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and continue on your path and see who crosses it. So yeah, stay giving, stay drinking water, stay giving gratitude to really ground your dreams, group 3, and also yourself. Your dreams and your dreams are a part of who you are, and they will change just like you will change. So really grounding those things and watching the magic that happens around you. Okay, group 3, that was your reading. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time.